Thank you for joining us today at Miniature Wargaming Labs. Today we'll be looking at Brigade Games Cartel Command 4. So this is $12 for 3 miniatures, and these fit the flavor, and not just the Drug War Z line, but some of the 80s and 90s drug gangs down in South America. Let's see, so we got rifle there and 2 pistols. Seems with these set always one guy has a gut there. But looking at these models, let's bring them in close. Something I like to do, especially with metal models, see if there's a mold line running through the hair. But not really. There's just some flashing around some of the turning points here, and got enough detail for a watch. I'm gonna have to straighten out these gun barrels. These little M1, M14, something like that. These little rifles here, the barrels bend very easily in shipment. And you can tell this was from the Kickstarter, so it just came in a little bag. But these are $4 a piece before shipping and handling. So let's get these guys cleaned up, mounted on their bases, and start comparing them to the rest of the collection. So I have my guys cleaned up and on their bases, and I put them on some tiles I made, just a 12-inch by 12-inch tile system that I designed there. So looking at these guys cleaned up pretty quickly. Probably the thing that was the toughest is cleaning out between the gun and the torso there, just that tight spot. And they ran the mold line through the guy's forehead right there. And also the slot right there isn't filled up all the way, so I'll have to fill that in so I can base it properly. But what I want to do is compare these guys to some of the other ranges that I like to use. So something that fits in well with the Cocaine Wars, the 80s and 90s. Some models from Studio Miniatures, same height, same heft of weapons, fit in seamlessly with this collection. Also that fits in well is North Star. These are one of their Yakuza models, and Funky Skull Games, one of their street gang models. So you can see same height, heft, and Brigade Games make sure that their models come in at different heights to reflect, how humans really are. So it creates a lot of diversity in look. So excellent to expanding your existing ranges. Something that also works pretty well with is Anvil Industry, some of their regiments line with customizable models. So, they have the thickness of the weapons matches, height and build match too. Some of them, like the guys, are a little bit bulkier, but they're wearing body armor, so that makes sense. Now, one of the issues you might have is if you're working in with a more true scale, something like Spectrum Miniatures. So using their Baba Yaga, John Wick, you can see that a little bit taller, a little bit thinner in both body and in the weapon system. So they'll stand out a little bit more, but not much. Now let's see how these guys look with my terrain. So I've got my Cartel Command here on some of my terrain tiles. And my preferred terrain is the MCP New York City stuff. So they're made for Marvel, even though Marvel plays at 40mm. They're great for 28mm. So you can see these guys fit in with the bodega, the trash can, the lamppost, and the car. Now I just wanted, for comparison, throw in a taxi that you can buy at a grocery store for $5. Taxi is a touch big for the 28mm scale, but at $5, you can't beat that for scattered terrain. Speaking of which, fitting in, these guys are a great buy. At $12, $4 a miniature, they fit in with a lot of existing 28mm ranges out there. So if you're playing anything modern, urban, North, South America, and you're playing Drug War Z, Spectrum Miniatures, Black Ops, great guys to flesh out your collections to make sure every model is unique. Well, thank you for joining us at Miniature Wargaming Labs. We'll see you next time.